Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Today is Tuesday, the 21st day of May. It is National American Red Cross Founders Day, National Wait Staff Day, National Strawberries Day. I'm sorry, National Strawberries and Cream Day. So you need the cream to make it special today. And it's National Memo Day. Hey, take a memo this quick. Be sure to celebrate that one. So all of those things happening. And we're going to reach out and talk to your dad with a little thing we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie.
I love Tuesdays with Charlie.
I do too.
I really do.
He's so funny. And I've had people ask me, like, who is that guy really? Like, it's Heidi's dad.
It's my dad.
Like, no,
Yeah,
that's like
it really
a comedian
is.
or somebody. I'm like, no, he's kind of a comedian, but that's Heidi's papa.
It's amazing.
Yeah, we'll be chatting with him later in the program on this edition of the John and Heidi Show.
If you have a drug problem, don't let it ruin your life. You can be in treatment as soon as tomorrow, and you can start to get clean in as little as 7 days. Take the first step to get drugs out of your life at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, so you really have nothing to lose. Timeforrehab.com. Start your new life. You deserve it. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. An Australian study found that drinking 6 cups of coffee a day can lead to heart problems. Oh, no. 6 cups.
You don't drink
a day.
6 cups. You don't drink 6 cups. You don't even drink one full
Well,
one,
on
honestly.
my way. I do, too. I drink a full... You don't think I drink at least one full cup?
Not every day.
How many cups are in my mug here? 2, you think?
Not even.
You don't think there's 2 cups? There is 2, at least. So, Australian study. Australian study. But the good news is, we're not in Australia, are we, Heidi?
We are not.
So don't drink coffee in Australia is what I think this study means. 6 cups a day, bad for the heart. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
The average household has thousands of dollars in credit card debt. If you find yourself in that position and you're making minimum payments, you could be in debt for a long time. Make sure you have the very best card with the very best rates at bettercreditcards.net. We work with different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net, bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
And this is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. An Ohio man led police on a foot pursuit on a busy roadway about a week ago Saturday. It says here he was spotted by an officer while he was defecating in the woods. It was him defecating, not
the officer?
Yeah, I just
Thank
want to
you
make
for
sure
clarifying.
the 33-year-old man fled from police about 75 miles east of Columbus is where all this stuff went down. Turns out he had illegal marijuana with him as well. Yeah, he was...
So you can you not go to the bathroom in the woods? Like, I mean, you're in the
I don't know.
woods.
He was... Yeah, but I don't think you're supposed to do that. Single count of possession of marijuana and obstructing justice for the little jog that he made the officers go on. Also wanted on a warrant for a failure to appear in court while on bail from a different case. So he had a lot of stuff going on while he was, thinking in the woods. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that might be a bad thing to do. And
I guess I didn't know that was illegal to do that in the woods. I mean, unless it was like right on a public
He
trail.
must have been if the cops saw him while he was driving past. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's true.
Whole thing is kind of a weird story. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Game of Thrones concluded Sunday with a shocking ending that we're not going to talk about because we didn't watch the show.
But people are losing their minds.
People are freaking out about it.
Did you see that there is literally a number you can call for support
if you need to call that number, you might need to reprioritize things.
You
in
need
your
a
life,
professional, full-time counselor. You don't. If you're that upset about a TV show, I'm sorry.
Calm down. Just calm down.
That is messed up.
Avengers Endgame star Elizabeth Olsen said that she once tried out for Game of Thrones and it was the most awkward audition she ever had.
Okay.
So there you go. She didn't get the gig. Arnold Schwarzenegger got kicked in the back over the weekend.
I saw this video.
That is so weird. And
Did you see the video?
I saw just a still shot.
It was horrible.
Yeah, and
he wasn't doing anything. I mean,
this
it
guy
was
came
horrible.
up and kicked him. He posted the video, a video online saying that, hey, I'm fine, everything's okay. This happened in South Africa. And sad news, Pauly Shore's father, Sammy Shore, He was the founder of the Comedy Store in Hollywood. He passed away over the weekend.
That's too bad.
So,
I love Pauly Shore.
Pauly is a funny guy.
Still
and
do like him.
His parents are very, very funny people, and they are the reason many of the comedians that are household names today are household names. They gave them a big break at the Comedy Store. So a big thank you to Sammy Shore for all that he did while he was alive. You'll be missed. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
If you can't have a drink without it leading to another drink and another drink, maybe it's time to get help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at timeforrehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, your scoop of the day brought to you by BetterCreditCards.net. A judge has ordered police in Richmond, Virginia to cut through a doorway and remove some trees so a man can make it to court. He's a 900-pound man, and his excuse is,
boy,
I can't even leave the house. So they're like, oh, yeah? Well, now you can. He's being charged with cocaine conspiracy, and he says he's going to beat the charges. So he doesn't think that he's going to actually be arrested. He's not going to actually go to jail.
Yeah, you probably will. And it'll probably be very good for you, honestly,
I don't know
because you'll be on a restricted diet.
Yeah, it's just a bizarre story. A video's gone viral of a snowball fight that took place at the University of Colorado's graduation ceremony. So think about this. Graduation, and there was still snow on the ground. This has been such a bizarre year.
It's been such a bizarre year.
Lena Dunham celebrated her 33rd birthday with help from Brad Pitt at a charity bash in California, so happy birthday. Lil Wayne refused to perform in Miami at a hip-hop festival because the police checked him for drugs before he went on stage.
Oh, wow.
Half, maybe not even half, maybe more than half of your songs are talking about drugs.
Exactly.
I'm like, I don't know why they would expect that. And then, Heidi, would you take a job that you hate if they paid you enough money?
Yes.
According to a new survey, many people said exactly what you said, that they would leave a job they love for a job they hate if the price was right.
Yep. Money talks.
So how much more would you need, Heidi? I'm going to see if you guess this number right. How much more per year would you need to do a job that you hate instead of love?
At least 50,000 more.
Oh, wow. You are a lot more expensive than the average. 15 grand more is what most people say.
I would need to do something I hate.
Yeah, I don't like doing it.
It would have to
I'm going to be here.
It would have to be enough more to buy me some, like,
really nice wine.
Really nice wine, really nice vacations, great cigars.
Well, $77,000 a year is kind of the amount that they're saying. If I was making at least that much, which
of course I don't make much, so 50 grand more a year might be a living wage if I if I play my cards right.
You just stop. And really sad news from the litter boxes around the world today. Did you hear that Grumpy Cat died?
I did. I also heard that he had information that would lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton.
Would you stop that? I saw that meme online. Did you create that?
Oh, I didn't, but it was hilarious. I did share it.
Here's the thing that I think is really interesting. We actually have Heidi's brother and sister-in-law. Was it in Las Vegas?
They got to see Grumpy Cats.
It was the funniest thing because they were at a place in Las Vegas, and this car pulls up, and there's a swarm of people that get around the car.
So they went chase after the
and
limo.
And they're going, who is? There must be somebody famous.
All of a sudden, they pull out this cat. They were so disappointed.
And they hold the cat up, and everybody's like taking pictures. They're like, what is that?
Jason said then the husband gets out of the car. The guy was married to the lady with the grumpy cat. He said you could just see this guy was dead inside. The poor guy. He gets out of the car. He's like, this is ridiculous.
I got to open the door for a cat. Okay. Well, sad news. Again,
it is sad.
We're not laughing that Grumpy Cat passed away. We just thought it was really the story that my brother and sister-in-law, they called us. They were laughing. They're like, this is the kind of thing that happens to you guys. Yeah, typically. But Grumpy Cat, for those of you who don't know, Grumpy Cat is arguably the internet's most popular cat, maybe right behind Morris the cat from 9 Lives. I think Morris might be a little more famous.
I think Grumpy Cat is probably more famous
than
Morris.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
50 years of Morris and Grumpy Cat's more famous?
Yeah.
Well, the internet's most popular cat, one of, for sure, and the first viral memes happened a while back. The cat died at age 7. The furry sensation's family announced her death on Twitter last Friday. They say, we are unimaginably heartbroken to announce the loss of our beloved Grumpy Cat. Tabitha Burdenson, the cat's owner, said, despite care from top professionals, as well as what? Oh, okay. As well as from her loving family. I didn't understand what I was saying there. Grumpy encountered complications from a recent urinary tract infection that unfortunately became too tough for her to overcome. She passed away peacefully on the morning of Tuesday, May 14th, at her home in the arms of her mama, Tabitha. So it was 1 week ago today. And I don't know how in the world I didn't know about that until just like this weekend. Did you hear anything before this weekend?
I didn't hear about it. Troy told me about it, our son.
That's our son. Well, there you go. That is the news. Grumpy Cat passed away. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Are you ready? If you plan to use a credit card while shopping, make sure you have the very best credit card for you. It's free to click around and see what we can do for you at bettercreditcards.net. We have options from many different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
And it's time right now for my favorite program, something we do every Tuesday just because we can. We pick up the phone, we call my father-in-law for a little thing we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie.
It's Tuesdays with Charlie on the John and Heidi Show.
Hey, Charlie, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you very much.
Well, it's always a pleasure to chat with you. You got some great stuff you're going to teach us today?
Well, if you pay attention.
All right, I will.
Okay. Did you know that in 1924 there was a law made in Arizona making it illegal for donkeys to sleep in bathtubs?
Donkeys? So donkeys cannot sleep in bathtubs in Arizona?
In Arizona they can. In Iowa they can, but not Arizona.
Well, that's good news for the donkeys, I guess, in Iowa, but bad news for the donkeys in Arizona.
Well, then let's go to Iowa because there's another law in Iowa.
Oh, what's that?
In Iowa, if you are a one-armed piano player, you have to play for free. You can't charge.
You cannot charge if you're a one-armed piano
You
player?
should be able to charge double. It would be harder with just one arm.
You think so? It'd take a little more skill.
That's not fair. I'm only hearing half of chopsticks.
You should hear that. It sounds pretty good. Hey, then in Connecticut, that's got a lot of weird stuff here.
All right.
In Connecticut, a pickle cannot legally be considered a pickle unless it bounces when dropped from the height of 1 foot.
Really?
Up until that point, it's just a soggy cucumber.
If it don't bounce, don't eat it.
That's funny.
Oh, hey, here's one for fluff then.
Okay.
Wine drinkers pour 12% more wine into a glass than they are holding versus one that is sitting on a table.
Really? So if you're holding the glass, you're going to pour more wine.
So if somebody comes up to your glass and wants to pour it, grab it in your hand, pick it up real quick.
There you go.
Oh.
See? That's a good idea. So next time you're at a restaurant, when they're going to do a refill, just pick it up and hold it closer to them.
Right. They get more wine that way.
And then while they're filling it, keep lowering it lower, so it looks like it's not as full. She's holding the glass now by the floor.
Oh, hey, then here's one about Donald Trump. According to his first physical while president, Donald Trump and Homer Simpson weigh the same amount.
No kidding.
Well, Homer Simpson is a cartoon and is not a real person, so...
So you want to know how much Homer Simpson weighs?
How much?
239.
No
Okay.
kidding.
Well...
Wow, I wish I could get down to 239. At one
I don't
point,
think that's that bad.
Charlie, at one point I had 100 pounds on those two. And I'm not as tall as Trump.
Wow.
But you're about the same size as Homer.
I am. Oh! Stupid scale.
Let's see here. Oh, I got one last thing here for you.
All right, I got something for you, too. What do you have first?
Research has found that chimpanzees recognize the butts of their relatives just as well as humans recognize familiar faces.
No
Really?
Huh.
Oh, that's funny.
You know, this is kind of a related story. The other day at a hardware store, I only remember this because you were wearing pants that were sparkly on the back. What do you call those? Like bedazzled or whatever?
Well, they're just, there's just adornments on the
there
pockets.
was a lady. I was going to go up and poke this lady right in the butt. I thought it was you, and I got close, and I realized she didn't have sparkles, and I looked, and she had the same hairdo, but it wasn't you. I was like, oh, boy. Thank you
would have been awkward.
for the little sparkles. That saved me from a lot of embarrassment.
So then you are not as intelligent as a monkey is what you're telling me.
But here's what I'm saying is that is how I was able to tell that it wasn't you. Didn't have the sparkly things on her pants. So I was just going to go poke her with a saw blade that I picked up, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, that's not my wife. Same hair, not quite the same. So you ready for a question, Charlie?
Sure.
All right, here, we got a question for you. There's a do-gooder organization called the Peace Corps. It was established by John F. Kennedy. What year did he start the Peace Corps, do you know?
1963.
Oh, you're real close. It was 1961.
You were close.
He was really close. Yeah, 1961, the Peace Corps.
John and I were both turned away by the Peace
Yeah,
Corps.
when I was a kid, I wanted to join the Peace Corps, and they said, hey, you should go get an education first and then come back. I was like, well, that's what I wanted to do instead of an education.
I know. I tried to join, and they told me I had no skills
You got
they
none.
could use.
Like, I could make a fire and stuff. I mean, I've made 6 of them this week accidentally. What do you mean?
Does the term idiot come in play here?
I hear that a lot. Well, we'll talk to you next week, Charlie.
Bye, Daddy.
Well, I'll be here. Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little program we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie.
If you have a drug problem, don't let it ruin your life. You can be in treatment as soon as tomorrow, and you can start to get clean in as little as 7 days. Take the first step to get drugs out of your life at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, so you really have nothing to lose. Timeforrehab.com. Start your new life. You deserve it. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Cicadas expand and contract their exoskeletons. So the little chirp that you hear, it's done by essentially expanding and contracting their exoskeleton really fast, moving their buckling rib back and forth about 300
Really?
times a second.
Oh, weird.
Against a timbal. It creates a little sound. So that's that sound that you're hearing is them actually like moving that in and out a bunch to make that
I guess I've
vibration
never
noise.
thought before about what causes that
Cicadas.
noise. Yeah.
Now you know. It's a little
I don't
fun.
like those things.
Yeah, they're kind of
Nasty.
creepy looking. Little fun fact for you right here on the John and Heidi Show.
The average household has thousands of dollars in credit card debt. If you find yourself in that position and you're making minimum payments, you could be in debt for a long time. Make sure you have the very best card with the very best rates at bettercreditcards.net. We work with different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net, bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Now, fear this. Time for fun with phobias. Genophobia. We've actually had this one before. I'm not saying we've had the phobia. We've had this on the program here before.
I don't remember. Fear of
Genophobia.
old people?
No, it's the fear of sex.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
My fear right now, I'm afraid we're running out of phobias because I'm seeing some that are returning. So genophobia.
There's got to be more phobias.
I'm sure there are. There's a lot of them, but I don't know. They already used this one. That's today's fun with phobias.
If you can't have a drink without it leading to another drink and another drink, maybe it's time to get help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at timeforrehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. German police are looking for a rare 1980s Ferrari believed to be worth $2.2 million
Whoa.
after a man posing as a would-be buyer stole it during a test drive. This happens
I
in
thought
Dusseldorf.
you would think by now
Yeah.
all of these dealerships would
It's
have
not a dealership, private owner.
Well, why would he
was
let
with him.
somebody? Oh, he was with
Yeah,
him.
let me tell you the story, and then you'll understand. Can I tell you the story?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
I'll listen
This
to the
happened in
details.
Dusseldorf. You want to say that for me?
Isn't it Dusseldorf?
Is it?
I think so.
Dusseldorf. That's where it happened. Dusseldorf. That's just a fun word to say. There was a man that answered an advertisement for this red 288 GTO Ferrari, registered in 1985. He showed up for this appointment in Germany on Monday of last week. The seller went on a test drive with him. When the seller got out of the car to swap places with the would-be buyer, the guy took off. He hit the gas pedal and left, and hasn't been found since. They, I I don't know what's going on. They're looking for information on this, but a $2.2 million car
That's
they just
going to be
bolted.
bad for this guy
So
when they
here's
catch him.
my
Because they
advice.
will catch him.
Eventually. My advice, if you're going on a test drive with somebody, take the keys with you when you get out of the vehicle. Even if you're in the passenger seat, you can reach over and take the keys with you.
Right.
I mean, that would be the way to not let this happen to you when people are in your
Or
Ferrari.
don't get out of the car until the guy's out of the car first. Then get out of the car.
Even if you get out of the car, because you could both get out and he could jump back in.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, take the keys with
That
you.
is crazy. And who needs a car that expensive? It's ridiculous.
It's not a need, Heidi. It's a want. He wants that car. He stole it. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. Police in Arizona say a detective making a traffic stop was speaking to a driver from Oklahoma when he noticed the wife in the passenger seat was awfully quiet. You know why? She was dead.
Oh, boy.
70-year-old Rodney Puckett said now this happened in Oklahoma is where he actually pulled him over. His 70-year-old man, his 74-year-old wife died in a hotel in Texas. And then he loaded her in the vehicle and then just kept on going on the trip. He was arrested on suspicion of abandonment or concealment of a dead body. It's not known whether he has an attorney, but the body was turned over to the examiner to figure out what caused the death. But they're thinking maybe natural causes, but he just wanted to keep going. He's like, I'm making good time. I'm not stopping now.
Oh,
my God. What in the world? This could have been our weird news today because that is very weird. But instead, it's today's moment of duh because why in the world would you do that? I mean, this guy's in all kinds of trouble. If his wife died of natural causes in Texas, all he had to do was call 911, but he didn't want to pay to transport the body, maybe?
That's probably what it is.
So he's like, I'm going to just take her with, and then I'll say she died when I get there, But whatever it was, that's a bad idea. Wow. Terrible idea. That's why it's today's moment of duh.
Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Are you ready? If you plan to use a credit card while shopping, make sure you have the very best credit card for you. It's free to click around and see what we can do for you at bettercreditcards.net. We have options from many different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Now, these three things, Heidi, tell me, what do these three things have in common? Grand Prix race, a chemist, and a new mother. That's a tough one. They all have formulas. So, Grand Prix race, the Formula 500. A chemist would have a formula.
Wow.
And a new mother has formula. That's
so
a
you're running
stretch.
through all these things in my
Yeah, that's a stretch. Good job, three things, people.
Yeah,
you stumped me.
Yeah, that was clever.
I'm still a bit stumped. Thanks for
clever.
listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news. I think this is good news. It comes away courtesy of ripitgloves.com, promo code radio. That's RIPIT gloves.com. You ready for some good news?
I'm ready.
A woman in Jamaica returned some ATM cash, and she got a reward. Guess how much money they gave her for returning the cash?
How much?
$1.2 million.
Wow.
Honesty paid off for a woman who returned millions of dollars that she found in a bag at an ATM in Kingston, Jamaica. So she goes to this ATM, and there's a bag sitting there.
Holy cow.
And this happened. $1 million has been designated for her education. And then her two sons are each going to get $100,000 for them as well, because she's like, hey, I'm going to set aside some money that'll grow for them. So this is just kind of crazy. I think it's amazing. She said, I wasn't expecting anything because the money wasn't mine. So to get all of this, many thanks, not only to you guys, but to everybody who reached out. Says here that there are a lot of people that have reached out, telling her, hey, you did the right thing. Congratulations. She says, I want to say thanks. This will benefit a far way, going back to school and seeing that I have several debts and helping my kids to go to school. So she's going to kind of pay this forward, and she's going to do a lot of good things with this.
How much money do you have to walk away from millions of dollars in a duffel bag? And
no, here's what happened. I'm sure that it was the company putting
like
money
the armored
in.
security people.
And they got distracted and walked away and forgot the money sitting there. That has to be what it was. So I'm sure it wasn't somebody. If you're going to get out over $1 million, you don't
can't.
do that at an ATM.
You can't at an ATM.
You about done? Yeah, hang on. It's going to be another.
I can only withdraw $200 at a time, so I'm going to be here a while.
The dude he's just dropping it into a duffel bag. I'm pretty sure it was the company's money, but $1.2 million they gave to her for being honest. I think that is so darn cool. I love that. What would you have done, Heidi, if you had found millions of dollars in cash at an ATM?
I would probably be living on an island somewhere.
She already does. She lives in Jamaica.
That's true. Where's she going to go?
What are you going to do? Well, I'm going to move off this island. All right. I think it's a cool story. I have a link to it in the show notes. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.